Member Priforce.
I don't usually do the scripts. The circumstances that lead to this vote that I will be making bear a heavy burden. On one end, an accomplished woman of color, Black woman, who comes to this position with a background and hope that city staff have considered to be the best match to become our new city manager. You also come with support from those I consider friends, who value my remarks and efforts to speak on behalf of those in Emeryville struggling to keep this city as their home. On the other hand is my unfortunate experience of only being partially involved in this hiring process. The first round of interviews, I found them to be unfair and saddled with bias. Because I am bound to keep closed sessions matters private, what I can reveal was that the yelling and screaming that was directed towards me by a colleague made it too uncomfortable for me to proceed further. Since then, I have chosen to no longer sit at the same table with that colleague during closed sessions until I can be assured that it no longer happens again. The bullying must end, and I am determined to end it by any means necessary. I find that process to be unfair, and fairness matters to me. This is the atmosphere you are walking into that has increasingly been met with public scrutiny. And though we aren't Berkeley, Emeryville politics has its own share of drama that you shouldn't be judged over and for. My criteria for city manager was contingent on 3 factors. If a member of our community is being evicted or their business is being threatened with closure, can they rely on their city manager to listen? In a city of 13,000, there is no excuse not to. Improving the communication from the people, by the people, from City Hall, and by City Hall makes for a rewarding relationship that feels closer to what the city strives to be. The old ways of working have not worked. Let's embrace something new and better. We are encountering financial hardships as a city. You wouldn't be here if we couldn't help you at least pay some of your bills. Our city is in need of leadership that can help us through trying times. Lastly, a great sense of community. As you can see, we have a rich assortment of characters and competing interests in Emeryville, being nestled between 2 great cities. But what makes us great isn't our city size, it's our ability to take care of one another and know one another. We make a mistake, we repair, and put our best foot forward. I haven't had the time to assess if you meet all 3 of those benchmarks. But as I was reminded recently, a lot of people trust in my discernment to call it out when you don't, and to call you in when I know you can. So this is me calling you in and placing my trust in the people's seat that I occupy in eventually voting yes to your joining the Emeryville family. May your better angels guide you, and please take care of yourself as you take care of our city. These are my remarks.
Thank you, Member Priforce.